Shalom, family. Shalom. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. Where will you run? Tonight's question is, where will you run? I mean, generally speaking, to the population, where will you run? You know, in 2012, I knew that you would have to run. I knew it so much that I started to take steps to build things, to give certain people a place to run to, but I was interrupted. I was interrupted. So where will you run? There is a possibility that you will have to run at some future point. Okay? Generally speaking. But more specifically though, as to the subtopic is where the rich people run. Where will you run? I mean, you build safe houses. You build bunkers, some the size of cities that they tell me. You ask yourselves, can you even trust your own security? This is how you live at this point, and this is how you will live inside of the bunker. You will try to distance yourself from the whole of humanity rather than face the humanity that you help to build. It's kind of weirded out. It's like you built your own Frankenstein machine. I mean, the ones who brought you all of the technology, driving the world, running the world, ruling the world. Those people who did city-sized hole. A hole is still a hole, no matter how big it is or how you secure it. It's still, at the end of the day, a hole. And they find in their head, and I feel so sorry for them. I do, because the head is where all fights start. Every battle starts in the mind. Every argument starts in the mind. Every stance, everything starts right there. And these guys live in abject fear, not just fear, but terror. Terror. I mean, I've been attacked incessantly, okay? And I've been spiritually, you don't know the half of it. Maybe you do. But I've never known the type of, wait a minute, let me think. Have I known that type of terror? No, because my fear, that energy, that fear would bring me is instantly garnered and turns into rage and blackness and darkness. I'm not the one who you want to scare in a dark alley. The fear will only last a couple of seconds. I promise you that. Just a couple of seconds, and then it will be consumed. But that's not how they're built. Now, why would one choose to live like that? To know that the whole of humanity at some point will gather for the event, the main event. And that's you. They will come to the point that you've messed up everything through money and greed. Money and greed. And all that money will buy, which is pretty much everything and anything in this country. Completely, man, y'all know they got dancing boys in Kandahar. Anyway, I just I just felt like sliding that in there. I mean, because this shit is everywhere. I mean, who'd have thought? I mean, I would have never thought. I mean, we have a conflagration of the different scenarios going on here. We got, and I don't even want to go down the list. I mean, we got a power structure and collapse in one way or the other as an empire would. And on the other hand, you have a world power structure, which is the one I want to talk to these guys about. I mean, and I want to talk to the puppeteers as well as the puppets. I mean, you really do have a social order here. But my question would be, wait a minute. Let me identify these gentlemen. I will refer to them as gentlemen because that's what they present as. But they're gentlemen. They are not. They're not even human. They're not even human. But they try very hard to trick and fool everyone else into thinking that they are, all the way up until the very, 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 very top. One day we're going to get there. One day. But anyway, so you believe that you can bring the world all of this suffering, all of this misery, all of this death, all of this carnage, all of this vileness, all of this horror. What's the word I'm looking for here? Because it's a monstrosity, but it's actually worse than that. And I've asked myself a few times, but not just about this situation. I mean, I asked myself, at what point does a human lose their humanity? At some point, there has to be a line that is crossed, something that is lost, that they lose their humanity. Now, the first time I seen this, and what I referred to is what I would call a loss of humanity, because you couldn't have been human beings and men and engage in what I was witnessing. I watched so-called soldiers grab babies from like 0 to say 3 years old and by the ankles and swing them like baseball bats into trees, swing their heads into trees. Imagine this, to save bullets. Can you imagine such a thing? Can you imagine such a thing? Well, I seen it. I seen the people beheaded. See, at some point, one loses one's humanity, plain and simple. And I would think that when you start to eat your own, you know what we would do on the farm if, the heifer might get away with one season. She might get away with eating her babies one time. Next season, when she does it, she don't live anymore. She's dead. Trust me, on the farm, she's a dead animal. She shouldn't have ate her own babies. That's no longer what it was meant to be. It's something wrong with that mama. Shoot her, and she'd be shot. She'd be shot. And they wouldn't even want to eat her in most cases. I'm telling you, they would think that is something so wrong with them, they just bury the animal, even though it's a foodstuff. They just bury it as a carcass. I'm telling you, because it's that fucking profound. So when you lose your humanity, you start to feel like these guys. That's the only correlative action that I can relate to that would drive them into the type of terror that makes them think that they can dig holes and hide from the work of their own hands. God's wrath will be the work of your own hands in return. And so now you dig holes, big ones, city-sized holes, and you seem to have added it all up. There's going to be an event. And where will you hide? You do know that there's nowhere to hide. Want me to explain? I mean, goodness gracious. I'm going to give you 2 ways. Whose mind is it right now? Is it your mind, my mind, or their mind, AI's mind? Is it even the man with the chip in his head's mind? Whose mind is it right now, sir? Can you control it? Can you stop yourself from hearing me? Now, while you're thinking about that, about whose mind is it, let's get back to what's really going to happen. But I just want you to think about all of the possibilities when it's not really your mind in the first place. Just like the flesh that hangs off your bone. It wasn't given to you by the devil. It wasn't given to you by some human being. It was given to you by God. Hang on to that thought too. Hang on to that thought too. Man, at any rate, how long will you be down there? Will you outlast the hordes? Or will you build it in the proper place? Because we put water wherever we want to. And as Father says, and mocks you. Man, he mocked you. Man, he seen you coming a long time ago. Man, the Father be on point. He wrote about you in a book. He said, look at them. they that they dig that they dig holes for themselves like rats in an attempt to hide from my wrath, from my sight. Do not they know that their holes will only become their watery tomb? Now, think about that. Now, that's going to be a slow motion process where you see the shit of it coming. It's unnecessary and it's inhumane. I wouldn't want to even engage in it, but you will be setting yourselves up for it. Now, back to what I was saying about whose brain is it, whose mind is it, and whose flesh and bone is it? And whose it are you? Whose it is the devil's? Who created all this? You think the devil made himself? That would make him God. That would be like silly as me telling your ass that I self-created. And that would make me God, at least above you, because I can do shit that none of your fake ass gods can do. However, I am humble. I am humble. I would never tell you such a thing. I would never tell you such a thing. I have a boss. I have a creator. I have a father. Now, with that being said, back to these damn holes, and whose flesh and bone and mind and soul and spirit do you think that you have? You think that you can trade in it? Maybe in your system like currency. In fact, we know that to be so. But by the same token, we don't even know who you are, and you don't know who you are. That too is a fact. We know that you are the image thereof. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. So where do you hide? Where do you run? Will you not, I tell all y'all what then. Go in your deepest areas. Go in your deepest caves. I dare say I found peace at the bottom of a 16-foot Olympic-sized pool. But I was only able to maintain the shit for 45 seconds or so. I didn't have gills. But it wasn't, it was not lost on me that the longer I stayed down there, the more fucking peace I would have. Nobody was coming and down there and ask me about shit, tell me to do shit or anything else. Finally, peace. I just didn't have the gills. Just didn't have the gills. Okay? But back to you, man. I'm sorry. I'm drifting in. I can be selfish sometimes, and I do some stuff reflecting in the middle of these missives. And I've been hurt. I've been miserable. I've been suffering, but not like you. I have been terrified. At the beginning of this, dude, I was facing, you have no idea, entities, demons, entities, spirits, being blacked out for 3 days. I went through some stuff, and I found it quite terrifying. Terrifying. But you, sir, this is without explanation. How you live is without explanation because you have other options. So you're going to really secure yourself against the work of your own hands when there is a easier option, such as finding redemption, bringing your dumbass home, realizing the mistakes that you've made, realizing that hell is very, very real. And I haven't got we not past the flesh and bone and mind thing because I'm going somewhere with it. I want you to understand how safe that you're really not. No, you're not safe. Will you let me finish one statement before I start on another. It can be a tad bit confusing. I'm all over the place here. But then again, so are you. So are you. First you're powerful, then you're scared. Then you're scared, then you're powerful. Then you're rich. Oh man. Anyway, man, it's one hell of a psychological roller coaster. It has to be. It has to be. This is the part, we're almost at the part where your money means absolutely nothing. That's why you're digging big ass holes. But back to what I was saying. Did you not understand? You don't own any of this stuff. You don't own your spirit, and neither do the devil. He don't own his goddamn self. Neither do the demons, or they don't own them either. Now, the Nephilim spirits, well, they're some hybrid, stupid-looking fucks that went to eating up everything. They were a part of nobody's plan. That's on a whole different argument, though. But as per the rest of you, you all belong to him. Everything in it, lock, stock, and barrel. And what didn't, he slaughtered it all. Like ask the dinosaurs, ask the giants. He don't like it a few minutes, and then it's gone. You talk too much shit, and then it's gone. Eat up too much shit, kill enough shit, and then it's gone. It's like a guarantee. You only have to keep doing it. And sooner or later, you'll wind up like these guys, apparently terrified for some event. What might this? I'm drifting again. Let's get back to the flesh, bones, and mind thing. Sir, you do understand that because God, let me see if I can lay this out clear. You are what's the word I'm looking for here? What's that table they have? There's a table that's laid out, a chemical table. No, that's the wrong. It's a table that lays out all of the different minerals and resources like magnesium and zinc, and it's a table. You are on the table. You on the same fucking table. Now, all of these things were created by God, as were you. As were you. God can make these things do whatever he wants them to do. For example, where does gold come from? Nobody knows. They gave it a value. They dig it out the fucking ground, and did it start out as gold? Again, no one knows. Okay? You gave it a value. And then other things started giving it value. But anyway, how will you protect your mind? For example, if God, you can call these things whatever you wanted to. If he just decided to make you start slamming your head into the nearest wall, then that's what you would start doing. If he decided to scream inside your head, I mean really, really loud, you would have something just north of a fucking nosebleed. So again, where are you hiding and why? And why? You won't be able to trust anyone around you. No, it won't matter how much food you got or how long it's going to last. You haven't thought this shit through. There are reasons why, because they don't control their minds either. Like you don't control it right now, but the spirits do. So let's get to the spirits. What I'm trying to tell you is we'll simply make you kill each other in the same hole. God's done it before. Trust me. He will make you kill each other. There is nowhere to run. But there's an easier way. Redemption. Now, lizard people. I mean, the puppeteers, you know what I'm saying? The puppeteers that's in the physical realm with us, acting like they run shit, acting like they're human, but they're really not. Running around in human man, The human experience you give far, far, far too much value to. You are just something else. But anyway, where are we going with all of this? I mean, can we just fight? Why we have to do all of this extra stuff? This extra stuff. Nowhere is this other shit written. I mean, we came for a right and proper fight, not to do this dance. This is a damn dance. Shit. There is a level above trying to kill me. You come fucking close and you killed me at least twice physically. I just come back, and probably 50 times spiritually, and I just come back. But we both know there's a level above that where we can really get at each other. And you seem not to want to reach this level. Listen, we're going there anyway. And why do you do these people this way? I mean, what are you trying to rule and why? Them? Them? I mean, and for what purpose? To fill your belly with them or not them or gather more gold in terms of coinage? We don't understand you. All you fuckers act like men. All you fuckers act like you're human. You've been hanging around them so damn long that it's hard to tell who's in charge here. You are the devil, or the puppeteers, or the demons, or the damn men. You're all the same now. You're all the fucking same. But man doesn't understand that. We do. You've been lost in the sauce a long time now. Lost in the sauce. Leading man, fighting man, manipulating man, while all at the same time engaging in fleshly human experience. The fuck out of here. You get the fuck out of here. You're not worthy of what you think you're worthy of. You have leveled down. You carry the stench of them now. So we're not going to respect you. You will forever. And I'm sorry, humans. I'm not saying that you think you just don't smell like angels. If you know what I mean, you carry their stench, the stench of their sins, the stench of their pains, the stench of their suffering and misery, the stench of their violence and war, and you do what? You get what from it? Death. At the end of the day, just like them, death. Death. Death is so close to you now that you tremble. Death. The real shit. Not just running around floating in the air shit. No. Death as in you never existed. That type of death. The one that you and I understand. They don't. They die some kind of quasi-ass death in which they can apparently run their ass around in some realm that had to be created. At any rate, we're not talking about that kind of death. That's not death. Ask death if that is death. That's why when death walks in the door, every spirit flees. Let me say that again. Death walks in the door, and every spirit flee. Okay? Every demon flee. They all run. I will be the last one sitting here by myself because I'm the only one he gonna respect. The rest of them gone. Death walk in, the whole house clean. Every spirit, every demon gone and quiet and silent. And he don't have to stay long either. Why? Because death understands that they're not dead. Don't. You don't. Anyway, I drifted again. Guys, where are we running to now? There's nowhere to run. And someone told me this, and I was in a full-fledged sprint with money in my pocket. I'm running from city to city. But by city 3, a stranger had them told me like a bird. I mean, it just came out the blue. I never seen the man in my life, and as he passed me, he looked at me and said, "There's nowhere to run." I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, Trapped in the fucking matrix, unplugged and trapped in the matrix to the point that they're telling me there's nowhere for me to run. But I didn't listen. I didn't listen. I mean, it would be 4 cities later when I finally realized that he was right. Ain't nowhere to run in this shit, man. There's nowhere to run. Trust me. There's nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. No bunker, no hole deep enough or secure enough to keep out what you fear. None. Zero, none. You will only drive yourself mad in this attempt. You're going to drive yourselves mad. I guarantee it. You're going to start to change over time. It's going to start to age you. There's nowhere to run when there's such an easier way. Damn. God damn, Jim. I'm willing to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to run from the inevitable. What part of inevitable do you think that inevitability is spoken of as a general term? No, it's inevitable for each and every last one of us in as individuals. This is not a generalized term here. No, as per you and you and you by the millions and billions. This is inevitable. You will not escape it. And what if everybody else died and you are the lone survivors? Then what will you do? You will still die. Man, I'm not going to explain this because it's not going to get that far. And we laugh at you. Don't become a further mockery. Don't become a further mockery. There's nowhere to hide. There's no bunker or, man, listen, you're using God's stuff to build stuff to hide from God. Make it make sense. You're using God's material to build shit to hide from God. And you think that you don't even bring your own shit? Dude, everything up here, you don't even know nothing about the shit around you. Everything around you is him, you idiot. He's gonna kill you if he wants to. There's nowhere to hide. I'm gonna say this again. Everything you use, you build, you eat, except each other, it's all him. The water, the air, the rocks, the birds, the trees, the wood. What he's connected with this shit. Where are you gonna hide from this shit? You can't hide from it. It'll be like you trying to hide. Anyway, it's impossible. You're gonna drive yourself mad, and plus you're making other shit angry because you have this idea that I can fuck shit up and never have to come to terms with it, never have to face justice, never have to be fair. You're just going to take it to the grave with you. Hey, man, listen, dude, stop. And I mean, some of these folks are in their 30s, early 30s. That leaves you, I mean, just by the math, your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and you got the best health care, 50s, I mean 80s. So you're looking at 50 years of fear, 50 years of terror, 50 years of misery, 50 years of looking over your fucking shoulder. Really, man? What did they tell you to make you take? I mean, oh boy, how'd you end up here? How did you end up here? I mean, damn. I love to speak with you personally. How'd you wind up here with all the money and all that it can buy and full of fear, like the enemies are at the gate because you're waiting on some event? And you're right, there is an event coming, a hell of an event, but you're not going to survive it. Sir, we stand on the brink of Armageddon. We stand on the brink of the apocalypse. and you think that you're going to get away by hiding in a hole. A hole, sir. A hole. You can put as many computers and laptops and screens and monitors and filters and recyclable water. You will still die. And not only that, you will have the anticipation of death. Death won't even come quick to you. Death won't be sweet. It will be horrifying. Anyway, take the easier way out, man. Because, again, you anger shit on so many levels and you psychologically bend yourself into madness. There's no way out of this madness. There's no one you can trust. No one. You're already asking the builders of the bunkers how, 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 wait a minute. How do you secure the security? How do you, how do you make sure that your security don't turn on you? And can you make certain shit automated? Dude, calm down. Calm down, man. Golly. Calm down. You are right. You can't trust your security guard. You should never trust him or her, ever, just based on what you've already done. They probably had loved ones and family members who may be failed to the very systems that you yourselves helped to build. If I were you, I would not trust them. You can't trust them. This is what I'm talking about. Are you understanding what I'm trying to convey here? The paradigm which you are going to build to live in will fail you, and it will kill you itself, in all likelihood. But that's only if it was allowed to run its course. It's not going to run its course here, sir. It's not going to run its course, and you're not going to live decades on the ground. You're not going to live 2 years on the ground. You're not going to last a year under there. It would be just like God said, your bunkers shall become your watery tomb. Your watery tomb. And here's the sad part. You're doing all of this in the face of what you already seen us capable of. Do it look like we haven't thought about some rats are going to be hiding in holes and we're going to have to get them too? You think that would be a damn oversight? An oversight? It's not an oversight. God already owned it because he already knew that this is what you're going to do. Just as in life, you right now refuse to be brought to bear, refuse to be brought to carpet, refuse to face the justice. Then at some point, sir, you have to understand. And this is a mercy too. This is a mercy when you think about it. I know it's going to sound twisted. You know, I'm going to say this again. The people before you had the luxury of taking certain things to the grave with them. Secrets, sins, they had that luxury. Sir, you won't be having that luxury. No, these are the last generations. You won't be taking shit to the grave with you. No, we're going to deal with it here. You will not be taking it to the grave. Understand this, not you or anyone else. Please understand this. Your sin will never reach the grave with you. Not like I keep saying, that was a luxury that the elders had. No, you're going to deal with yours while you in flesh, while you in image, while you in persona. They know what I'm talking about, but I've drifted again. To the lizard people at the top, can we just stop? This is onerous. This is unbecoming. I mean, you built up. Let me take a breath because this is just ridiculous. I came expecting so much more. I did. I mean, I came, and for the most part, man has done his part. Man has done his part as much as you could possibly expect him to do in regards to me. Period. He's done his part. Whatever you wanted out of him, he has done. Period. He's followed orders. Trust me. It was flesh and bone that fucking tried to kill me. Flesh and bone. 6 times flesh and bones. Not spirits, not demon, flesh and bone. With guns and fucking poison. No hard feelings, though. A score is a score. A score is a score. But anyway, I keep asking, where's all this going? I don't even get the what for anymore. Maybe it's me who's got lost in the thoughts. I keep seeing you in some high place inside of a room with other beings and masquerading as men, some of them not masquerading as men, as you're pulling the strings and you're having discussions and you're listening to me right now, wondering what the fuck are we gonna do? You're gonna run and then you're gonna die. That's usually how it goes. That's usually how it fucking goes. When the shit finally, where the rubber finally hit the road, 2 things happen. We both know this. This is the end. The end, the end, the end. You, whatever that you have to do to transmute or alchemize, gather more strength and more fucking power, you should be doing it now. Because if this is the top of your game, which is more of the same, you're going to die quick. You're going to be a walking, talking cowboy belt, a boots, boot skin, okay? Headbands, wristbands, if you don't watch yourself. Number 2, where are you going to run to? Because clearly you scared it in hell too. All this manipulation, all this power, all this fear, all of this manipulation. It doesn't intone leadership, rulership, or power, or anything else. It intones fear. And what can I do to get out of the inevitable? Sir, just a thing masquerading as a sir, just as it is inevitable for mankind, it is inevitable for you. It is inevitable for Satan, and it is inevitable for me. Win, lose, or draw. The end is known, but on the physical level, I think in a different way. There's a spiritual way, and then there's a physical way. I won't have a fight unless I can see the end. It doesn't matter if at the end I win or lose or draw, but I must see the mechanics of the fight ending. If I don't see the mechanics, I'm not even getting into that fucking fight. Who fights forever? Who fights to live or die? At the end of the day, forever? We just keep producing casualties because we can somehow recruit or convert or birth more soldiers? No, that's stupid shit. Them kind of fights I won't have. This one I can see the end, and it is written how this ends. It's written how this ends, and it has spoken. It is spoken how it ends. Just as you couldn't stop our arrival upon this realm, this plane of existence, you can't stop anything else. It is inevitable. And anything else out on the outside of the acceptance of this inevitability is an exercise in futility. An exercise in futility. So, I am unclear if you have choices to make. I'm very unclear. I never given it much choice. Where you are spoke of, it says kill you. I know not of your options or of your beliefs, but everything seems to believe in you. You have created all of this And now things have become inevitable. That's the only word I can think of. It's inevitable. The end of it all, the end of it. And there's nothing that we or you or them or the devil can do. No matter how you manipulate the situation, it will still end. You may alter the trajectory a degree, but will, it will quickly course correct. It's going to end the same way with the apocalypse and the Armageddon. That's not the end. That is the fight that you say that you can win. So it is a question. We just trying to get there. Even though we know how it ends, there are some that believe that it's not going to end how God says it's going to end. So they're out to make God a liar. And that's insulting to both me and God. So we need to just stop. You need to just stop. The whole thing just needs to just fucking stop. And there's nowhere else for any of this shit to go anyway. It's just not. It's like watching a slow motion. It's like watching a movie, like you watch the movie over and over and over and over, your favorite movie, and you know every line in it. It's gotten like that now. It's gotten like that. And all of the attempts to slow it down or to alter it or to stop it is pathetic. And it's not becoming of them or you, and most definitely not fitting of what I thought that I would be facing. It's not. I expected more. The way I look at it, I've been failed twice in this lifetime with another 4 fucking attempts and at least 50, 60 spiritual deaths. I don't understand. Quite personally, as a warrior, I don't see what the problem is here. I can't possibly see what the problem is here. I can't. Not in the face of you keep using words like fight, okay? Or the devil's world, or you worship this and you worship that. All that means is soldier, fight, soldier, fight, fight, soldier. You may as well have on uniforms. Yet you're not ready to fight. And they're not either. This one wants to dig big ass holes like an ostrich. I mean, dude, save your money. Give your money to the fucking poor. Go outside and just dump $100 bills. Well, be careful what nah, don't do that. Nah, I thought about it. Anyway, give away your money. All right? And follow God. Shit. But running inside some holes after you have amassed wealth, created a damn tempest in a teapot here, one that's beyond your control. You don't even control AI anymore. That's the man, and this not even the real AI. This is like a specific kind of AI. There's a whole nother AI behind this AI that's a whole lot more general. And man, you in trouble. Listen, if you get out of this alive, well, you won't be able to. I don't mean get out of this alive, because you might still be able to. Okay, but next time, don't consult shit that you should be fucking with. Demons, symbols, idols, shit that you have no understanding of. None. And now you've made shit want to hunt you down and to kill you. You know this. We know you know this because you're digging deep ass holes. Holes the size of cities. How many of there are you? Dude, and that's a rule. as a rule, and I'm gonna wrap this up here. You know, there's a there's a couple of things a man should do by himself. Okay, there's a couple of things a man should just do by itself. All right. I mean, what I'm trying to tell you, it might be better for you if death is imminent, and it's imminent for for everyone. Then it would be better that you face these things outside of a crowd. Outside of a crowd, I would never want to die with 1,000 people around me, and in a situation where I couldn't even trust my own security guard. I'm Source. I am 7. I am 1.